Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris and my guest is Councilperson Treva Reid. Treva is the councilperson for District 7 right here where we are broadcasting from. Treva, you were explaining in great detail and had convinced me that so much is going on here in terms of safety and the macro and all of the patrols and stuff. But yet when people walk outside, they don't see it and they don't feel it. Why?
Well, let me tell you this. With everything that I've shared and this regional public task force that I helped to launch with Supervisor Miley, Council Members Jenkins and Ramachandran, and Mayor Jesse Aragon, I can tell you more if time allows about that. But with everything that we have invested in this quarter, we have seen over a 75% reduction in burglary and theft. But let's look at what that was like every day. This is a corridor that on a daily, we were having people getting bipped and robbed 80 times a day. And so whether you go from 80 times a day to 30, you're still feeling the weight of that impact. Like even if it's just one person. And so even though we have seen significant reductions on the daily data, it is still overwhelming for people to experience what they're experiencing every day. I get the calls, I get the texts, I see the videos. We're out here on the ground. Like it is overwhelming with what people are enduring in this time. And so I don't take that lightly. Even though we're working and have significant reductions, we still feel the weight of that. And we're not done pushing and advocating for what we need, even in this budget process that's before us.
Now, what about the change in the Oakland airport, renaming it to the San Francisco Bay Area Oakland International Airport?
Well, you know, that was a decision made by the Port. The Port of Oakland went out, they surveyed, they did their own study, they got feedback from their major stakeholders who are the airline industry, and they brought that out to the public. And certainly we heard a lot about what that felt like and looked like and what they believe it represented. But what I will say is this, that the airport is its own billion-dollar asset that we've got to protect, uplift, and invest in. And if they believe, based on the data and the economic drivers that we're hearing from the airlines, I know they've had conversations with a number of community groups in the process of this decision.
I mean, after the decision was made.
Supported by their port commissioners. This is not a decision that came to city council. And it's okay that we feel some kind of way about that. I think any time that we feel Oakland is being minimized, and Oakland is being slighted, and Oakland is not getting its due respect, then I think it's good that the community will rise up to fight and to preserve our culture, our community, and what Oakland represents for all of us. And so the name change was impactful, and yet what we hope to get out of that, the economic benefit, the workforce development, the jobs being sustained, businesses in this corridor, I can tell you that there are businesses here who rely, this corridor relies on what comes through this regional gateway through the Oakland airport. And so whatever we need to do to uplift it, now that they've made this decision, how does that benefit us? How do we drive more airline traffic into this city and into this region through Oakland? And then how do we as a city make sure that we protect the businesses are here and the jobs are
I think
here,
public safety and the perception of public safety is so critical to what happens to the Oak Port. I'm a former commissioner of the Port of Oakland, and I do understand the need for at least their stated need, not that I necessarily agree with it, but they're going to have to do a lot more than just change the name.
Yeah, I agree. And they're working. I mean, they have their own plan. The Port has their plan, and we are working with the Port. I will have to say that the Port has been on the ground with us. Danny, our executive director of the Port, he's been on the ground. The Port security director, the airport director, they come to these bi-monthly meetings that we're holding. They're engaged.
Well, he I must admit, he has begun to meet with the NAACP and other groups,
As they should.
and that's a good thing. But before the announcement of the name change, he had not. But I'm glad to see that he and his group, they are changing.
We advocated for them. I mean, we told them that you have to hear from community. There's no decision that you can make in this corridor, whether it's how we develop out the Coliseum or how we decide to move forward a name change. You can't do that in D7 without talking to the people.
That's
without
right.
Talking to the community.
Well, hopefully they learned a lesson from that. We won't dwell on that. We will hope that moving forward, we will have a better communication system. What do you think of the new police chief? After a whole year, we now have a new police chief, Floyd Mitchell. What do you think about him?
He's fresh on the job. He's got a lot before him. Imagine coming into a city that's been in public safety crisis.
Absolutely.
And facing a significant budget deficit with less resources in personnel, in funding to really show up and to deliver with the 30 plus years of experience that he is bringing to the table. And so I certainly look forward to working with him. He's made himself available, as you can imagine. Already our district is an important part of his public safety plan. He's committed to be out here on the ground with us, to meet with the businesses. I encourage you to connect with us as he's hopefully coming to either a June or July meeting with the businesses in this area. And so I have great hope in the leadership expertise and experience that he will bring. And we have an amazing city administrator, Justin Johnson. And I believe that Justin's role in being over every city department and the strategies that come through those departments, he has been incredibly accountable.
Well, I hope to get Justin Johnson on the program sometimes in the near future. Chief Floyd Mitchell, I met with him just briefly at a meeting of the 100 Black Men. And so
You better sign up if he's not one.
no, he's a member he was a member from Texas, so he's going to transfer his membership here. And the 100 Black Men pledged his support to work with him, as I think all of Oakland is doing. We want him to be successful, because if he is successful, Oakland will be successful. So that's so important. We got to go to break. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is Councilperson Treva Reid, District 7.